Welcome to the Sarah Finkelstein Show. Today's topic is: are you prepared for the what ifs? The what ifs that we may not think about, and probably most Americans are not thinking about these what ifs. And therefore, if we're not thinking about it, we're probably not prepared as well. So let's go over these what ifs. Now, these are just a few what ifs, but they are very common ones. And let me share my screen with you. So here are some of the what ifs. What if you live a really long life? And of course, we want to live a long life filled with a quality life. But do you know that people are living to very, very ripe old ages, such as 90, 95, 99, 100, 105? Now, why did I bring that number 99? Because grandma is currently 99. Do you have any relatives that are in their 90s? Do you have any friends or relatives that are older than 100? Just the other day, I was reading about a French woman who lived to be 122. Can you imagine? Can you imagine living that long? 122 years. It's possible. Living a long life also requires planning appropriately so that you do not run out of money before you run out of life. And believe it or not, that happens to be Americans' number one fear is running out of money before running out of life. And the longer that we live, the more planning we must do, because living a long life is a risk multiplier. On the flip side of living a long life is the opposite: dying too soon. That is why many families that are raising young children understand the importance of planning for that risk by purchasing life insurance. So if you're one of those people and you're raising a family, you probably understand the importance of protecting your family with life insurance. And of course, there are different types of life insurance, such as term life insurance, which happens to be the most inexpensive type of plan in the short term, but it is the most expensive type of plan in the long term. And then there's a different type of life insurance, which we refer to as cash value life insurance, which has living benefits attached to it. And yes, it is more expensive than the term insurance. And there's a good reason why. You see, the term insurance lasts for a certain period of time. That's why it's called term. It could be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. But the statistics are that only 2% of those term policies ever get paid out. Why? Because people typically outlive the term of that policy. And many times, people will have a combination of both term insurance as well as cash value life insurance. Now, cash value life insurance could last well until your dying day. So that is why many people need a combination of both. Because if they have a large insurance need, To have it all covered with a cash value policy may be out of their budget. That is why they will have a combination of both types of policies. Another biggie, a biggie what if, is needing extended health care in your retirement. Now, once you turn 65, you become eligible for something called Medicare, which is the federal health insurance program for people that are 65 and older. It is often confused with Medicaid. Now, Medicaid is totally different. It's a program for people of low income. Medicare is the federal health insurance program for people that are 65 and older. And by the way, Medicare also covers people that are younger than 65 who may be on Social Security disability. If you know somebody who just qualified for Social Security disability, after they're on it for 2 years, they do qualify to go on Medicare, even if they are younger than age 65. And by the way, we are doing an educational program on Saturday, April 2nd, about Medicare. This is going to be a free class for people that are coming onto Medicare. They're new to Medicare. They have questions, and we're going to cover the basics of Medicare and what you need to know to make a wise decision, and also help you to get enrolled in a Medicare plan that is appropriate for your needs and your budget. So if you'd like to come to the Medicare workshop, all you have to do is call to RSVP 561-404-4209. It's going to be in Boca Raton on Saturday morning, April 2nd. Another big what if that people often encounter is a downturn in the market. For example, I think we all remember the stock market crash of 2008. And we are in a market that has been a bull market for many, many years. Do you think that we are going to continue to see an upturn? Do you think that it's just going to continue to go up, 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 and it's never going to come down? Experiencing a downturn in your retirement years or being close to retirement can be very, very detrimental to your retirement plan, to your income in retirement. So remember, it's all about planning and protecting your risks. Becoming a widow or a widower. Did you know that the average age of a widow, someone becoming a widow, is age 57? And yes, that is very, very young. As a matter of fact, I know several ladies that became widows in their 40s. Of course, women typically will end up alone at some point in our retirement years, whether through becoming a widow or through divorce. And we do know that women typically outlive men. So we need to protect ourselves and do proper planning. Another risk is running out of money in retirement. If we don't plan to live a long life, if we don't plan a long time period in retirement, you could be in retirement for 30 years, 35 years, even 40 years, especially if you retire early. And so we have to have a sufficient nest egg to keep us going before we run out of money in retirement. And let me tell you, to run out of money in retirement is not a pretty picture. Another big what if is having all of your money at risk. Now, as I said before, we are in a bull market, a very long bull market. And everyone, regardless of age, whether you're younger or you're older, you do need to have some money in the market so that it keeps up and outpaces inflation. But you also need to have some money that is safe and guaranteed so that when the market does crash, you don't have all of your dollars crashing for you. On the flip side of having all of your money at risk is having too much money down at your local bank. Now, why would that be a risk? I mean, it's FDIC insured. I think we're all familiar with that term. We love that protection. But the problem is with having all of your money at the bank is, it's not growing for you. Let's face it, interest rates are very low. And because interest rates are very low, the bank is not going to give you a good return on your money. Remember, the bank makes a profit when they lend out your money at a higher rate than what they are paying you. So a bank, putting your money in a bank, that is a purpose, but not all of it. Yes, you do need to have some money that is safe, but there are alternative vehicles for safety where you can have a little bit of growth too without risking your dollars and without not having your money grow. Thank you for joining me on the Sarah Finkelstein Show. We are going to have a guest later on in April. I believe it's April 21 is the date that we are going to have a special guest. Tune in again to learn more about our mystery guest. And you can find more segments of the Sarah Finkelstein Show at iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube, and our website, which is www.signatureadvisorygroup.com. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you and see you next time.